with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news story is a gas explosion shaking homes in Livingston County. Good afternoon. I'm Keenan Smith. These are cell phone images showing natural gas escaping into the air, escaping under pressure. Consumer energy crews are out there right now trying to fix the problem. Chopper 7 is headed to the scene right now where people are reporting that loud blast took place this morning. It caused police to shut down the road nearby. So far, thankfully, there are no reports of injuries. Now, this is all happening near US 23 and Center Road in Tyrone Township, not far from Fenton. We're told the blast destroyed a part of old US 23. 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaquette is in the area now with the latest developments.
Witnesses are describing hearing a very large boom and then shaking here at US 23 and Center. Right behind us, you can see the road entirely blocked off as crews from the fire department and Consumers Energy investigate further. These images being shared with us by witnesses like Randy Pierce show the rupture of a Consumers gas transmission line near old US 23 and Center. Terrifying to see and hear. It also forced the closure of US 23 northbound and led to massive backups this morning as of 10:30 a.m. State police taking to Twitter to warn of debris sent flying near the scene. And we also find this windshield on a nearby Jeep busted by the force.
They were cleaning the natural gas pipe, and the ground started shaking. He took off running, and it just blew. There was gas coming 50 feet in the air. It just shook this whole building. It blew up Old 23. Old 23 just blew pavement, everything blown right up.
Tow truck driver Rick Richardson sharing what he recalls about the scary and sudden explosion, now the focus of major cleanup efforts. Consumers telling us they have a lot more info to gather, but service has not been interrupted at this point. In the meantime, those living in the immediate area have been told to shelter in place as state police do what they can to provide detours for traffic.
Luckily, it didn't catch fire, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. We're just waiting. We might get the call to scrape the road, but we haven't got the okay yet.
Again, no reports of any injuries at this point. We'll be out here gathering more information, bringing you the latest developments throughout the day. From Tyrone Township, Simon Shaquette, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you so much, Simon. Now, joining us on the phone right now is Jeanette Ropetta. Jeanette, you live very close to this. Tell us a little bit about your experience when that gas line ruptured.
Hi, yes. We live about half a mile due east of the explosion as the crow flies, and I was in the basement at the time around 9 a.m. when I heard a very loud boom and then a roaring sound. So I came running upstairs, and my husband and I went out onto the deck to try and figure out what it was. And our deck faces west. I did start live streaming to Facebook, and the sky was clear. We couldn't see anything, but it sounded like very low flying jets going back and forth, like almost like a freight train. And someone else described it as a boom and then shaking, but that noise went on for, I would say, 45 minutes.
Wow.
It was very scary.
I was just going to ask if you were scared. Certainly sounds quite frightening. Now, do you still have gas service?
We actually are on propane, and our whole street is on propane, so we don't rely on the gas service. But yes, it was very scary, but I have to say that we were praying at the same time and just really counting on God to just take us through this, because it was scary. I've never heard anything like it ever at all.
I can imagine. I just want to point out to our viewers, we're looking at the live pictures now from Chopper 7 over the scene, and you can see the size of that hole. We talk about that blast being massive, and Jeanette, you heard it half a mile away. There's some people standing near the hole, and you can see just how large that hole is. It is quite massive, and you can also see a lot of debris there on the road. Now, we're told that this really damaged a big chunk of US 23. For folks who aren't familiar with that area, how big an inconvenience will it be if old US 23 has to be shut down for some time while they make repairs?
Oh, I'm sure it'll be a huge inconvenience for a lot of people, but of course, there's, always the back roads to take, et cetera. So hopefully people are staying away from the area and letting people get work done as they need to. And I'm just praying that anybody in that area that was affected or working has survived and is okay. I can't imagine anyone surviving it. But anyway, prayers go out to all those people that are working there and have been working on it.
Without a doubt. Thank you so much for joining us today, Jeanette. Really do appreciate your insight and so glad that you and your family are safe. Our Simon Shaquette, who is there nearby that scene, says that there was a worker who felt the rumbling, ran away before the explosion. So at this point, there are no reports of injuries despite the size of that blast. Again, US 23 is closed between Center Road and White Lake Road. It could be a problem for the evening drive. As Jeanette just said, it is going to be a real inconvenience for people who live in that community.